Hey, today I got a shave and a haircut, and I don't know about you, but something about that really boosts my confidence level. So when I say that today's going to be a great stream, you should believe it. Hey, everybody, I'm Joshua, and this is my lunchtime series I call Lunch Break Roguelike. It is a roguelike game that I develop on Twitch, and it's playable on Twitch. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me do a quick transition. I'm trying to get fancy here on you, so let's see if I can get this working a little bit better. Yeah, so it's an open source project. It's at github.com/Joshua Skelly/lunch-break-RL. You can find all the stuff there if you're interested in following how it progresses. You could even actually, you could run it yourself on your own channel, which would be cool. If you do that, let me know. I want to play. Yeah. This also, I try to tag every single episode with a tag, so you can sync your code to where we're at. But that is not a hard requirement. In fact, this really isn't a tutorial series. This is just me working on a thing, solving problems, kind of in real time. Expounding my thought processes, and we get to play while I make it. So that's fun. Yeah. So hey chat, hey everybody for popping in. So so if you caught the little teaser there earlier, you could see that I was working again off stream, which I kind of feel like I want to apologize for, but also I don't think like I should. I'm actually getting stuff done, which is really cool. And let me think. Yeah, so just to kind of cover the things I worked on off stream. So I think as maybe Gusano noticed is now in the console at the bottom we have colorized text. So if I type in join, you can see that my name is colorized correctly to match the name of my player name, and this goes for everybody here. Also, it reflects when you pick up items, all that good stuff. Yep, so you see Gusano Loco VG is red. And when they fight the kobolds text will be green. And this is just actually, it was pretty easy to implement. What I'm doing is Python has a HTML parser that is part of the standard library. So I just mark up strings with my custom tag called color. And it has two attributes, FG and BG, which stands for foreground and background, if you're familiar with libtdl. And yeah, so this thing, it subclasses the HTML parser that Python already provides, and that is do some stuff that, when it sees a color tag, just set that color in this little colorizer state thing, and then the colorizer will spit out a series of character, foreground, and background color triples that libtdl expects. Or TDL, excuse me. So yeah, so I think colorizing the output certainly helps. I think it makes it a little bit easier to parse. Also, hopefully, it helps you kind of sort through because the player colors typically are different. It makes it hopefully makes the output console a little bit more interesting and useful. And as also Gusano Loco mentioned. Though there aren't any here, though he may have been perusing the source code, is that there are whips now in the game. It was just a quick little thing. I had a lark last night to try to implement a whip, and I did. I had to touch up a few pieces of code, but nothing really huge. I added a few more hooks. So there's a before attack, on attack, and after attack for the person who gets attacked because they handle the attack, and then there's a or attacked, past tense, and then there's a on attack and after attack for the attacker. So when you use the whip does 2 damage. It has a range of 2, so it is the first ranged weapon in the game. And also, when you whip somebody, you have a 50% chance to disarm them, which is pretty cool. So because I wanted to start maybe thinking about having some beefier enemies, and really. In the game so far, beefier enemies just means different weapons, because right now a kobold with a sword is actually kind of lethal. So I figured if we have a way to disarm them, that gives us another like tactical thing to think about. Pixel Demon is saying the stream is frozen. Is this normal for me for mobile? I don't really get very many mobile viewers, so I don't know. Hopefully it's not, but I'm not entirely certain. Cool, but as my tweet alluded to, I think today we're going to work on more crunchy mechanical stuff. I want to try to implement the battle axe, and then if we have time, to implement the spear. So I even actually, like, this over the weekend, I jotted down notes. Maybe you could see here. But yeah, I have a good idea of how they're both going to behave, and I kind of try to work through the scenarios. So hopefully, when we go to implement this, it'll turn out okay. Yeah, here we go. Next level. All right, let me close this out, and let's get to work. Let's pop open PyCharm. Cool. Yeah, so Bluestone is saying that sometimes closing out the stream and opening it again will fix it. Yeah, that seems to be the case with Twitch sometimes. Yeah, so Pixel Demon Bluestone is saying try restarting the stream and see if that helps things out. Okay, so let's go ahead and close all this. What we want to do is we're going to do a few things. We're going to also, I want to, so one of the changes I made to weapon is we have this property called action, which you use it to create an instance of the attack animation. So I think for the battle axe, its attack is going to be different. The battle axe attack is going to hit all 4 squares around you. So it's going to need something a little bit different than the standard attack. And then also it needs to make decisions about like how many hits were scored, and that determines how much damage is done. Because yeah, so the goal right here is to have the battle axe hit all 4 squares around you, and it will do 6 points of damage divided by the number of entities that you hit. So if you hit a single entity, it's really powerful, but if you're surrounded, it helps you maybe whittle down the numbers. I think it's going to be a rare weapon, so we shouldn't see it very often. But of course, while we're working on it, I will give it to everybody so we can battle axe each other. Cool. So let's, in our weapons package, make a new Python file called battleaxe.py. I've been spelling axe with an E, and I'm not sure if that matters or not. I mean, that might be a regional thing, but let's do some stuff. Let's look at, let's just look at how, I mean, the sword is a pretty vanilla weapon. Well, I would say vanilla, but not really. I'm trying to make all my weapons special. So swords have a chance to parry, which is super useful, actually. It's a nice defensive weapon. So let's say import random, because we're going to need that. Random. We need to grab our instances. Instances is just a module that has a bunch of like singleton pointers, which is just nice if you want to like grab a hold of the current scene root or the console to print stuff out. In this case, we're going to use it to print out stuff for the console. We'll probably need the palette. I don't know if I keep defining the constructor this way. Maybe I don't need to. We need to import the registry. The registry is basically it's a registry of all the things in the game that the dungeon generator has access to. So once we register with the registry, when the dungeon generator creates a dungeon, it will pull from the registered items and it will just automatically place in our new item for us. Okay, and then we need a from entities .items import weapon, because the axe is a weapon. So class battle axe is of type weapon.weapon. Yeah, sometimes that's a good point, Bluestone. Sometimes fiddling with the resolution fixes things. I've had that happen on my older iPad. Let me just copy this because this is going to be the same for all weapons, really. I guess B for battle axe. We don't have any other B's in here, so that's okay. Or maybe it should be A for axe. I don't know. B is fine. Okay. And really this all that, so we do self dot damage equals 6. Self dot name is equal to battle axe, and self dot verb equals, I guess, chops. Axe is chop, right? And let's just register the sucker. So registry dot register. Oh yeah, registry dot register. Battle axe is of type weapon, and it's of type rarity. Cool. This will actually be enough to make the battle axe show up in the game. And if we want, we can let's go to the Twitch chat manager, and just as the bonus item, I can add the axe there. So let's do something like from entities.item, items.weapons import weapons. Weapon is a module, not a package. Battle axe. There we go. And also, there's one more thing we need to do here in our items init.py. We need to add the battle axe here. From entities.items.weapons import battle axe. There we go. And this is the items.register is the thing that registers all the items. Because basically all you need to do is import this module, and it will register itself. But if you never import it, that never happens. So this just kind of forces the import to make them all register. Cleave over chop. Let me think. Also for my dear subscribers, I changed my emote. My emote is now, I guess, my signature steak icon. So all over the internet, I'm the pixel steak. So we got a whole bunch of these suckers now. Yeah, so I guess if you subscribe to me, you get those, which is cool. Also, I learned too that you can use those emotes anywhere you are. So you should subscribe just for the pixel steak and then slam it everywhere. It is a very versatile emote. Are you sad? Have a pixel steak. Are you happy? You get the idea. I've used it for years now. The pixel steak has been like my little, I guess, I don't know if I'd call it. It's kind of like a calling card, I suppose. Yeah, you should definitely you should subscribe to me to support me. It's like a tip jar. If you think what I do is cool, and certainly if you show up every day and you're a really good active member of chat, you should consider it. You know, if you have the Twitch Prime stuff, you can certainly Twitch Prime is an easy way to throw me a tip as well. Oh hey Tyreek, how you doing, man? I was definitely lurking in one of your streams yesterday afternoon. Yay! Thank you, Nixrod. That's amazing. That is very, very kind of you. That is amazing. I certainly appreciate the subscribe. It means the world to me. I mean, like I'm not gonna get rich off my subscriptions, but it's like it's just like a tip jar. Like saying I'm doing a good job. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, Twitch Prime is an easy way to do that, And I know, like I have folks who like watch lots of streamers. So feel free to share it around. Like you don't always have to do it to me, but yeah, that's cool. So everybody is getting a battle axe, and even the subscribers right now. The battle axe is sounding way more rad than the pickaxe. So let's do that. Let's just pop in and battle axe each other for a while, and see how that goes. Actually, let me turn off Fog of War. Let me just run it from the console. Python app dot py. I think that's it. Yeah, no flags. Cool. So yeah, let's hop in here and test out our sweet battle axes because we should be able to decimate the kobolds now. Note they only they're uh, um, yeah, maybe Gusano Loco, maybe cleaves is a better word. Um, oh no, what happened? Oh no, what happened, Gusano Loco? Did you get hold of another dagger wielder? That is a shame. Oh, I love how colorful the console output is now too. It's really nice. Um, you were punching. You should have had a battle axe. Hey, that blue stone. I think there's a kobold directly above you. Let me fix this. I think there's some sorting issues. Let me go ahead and change. I think it's in level scene maybe. In draw. Yeah, so we draw all the items and creatures, and then we draw the players. So what I think we should do is we should draw all of the everything. Oh well, I'm going to split this out one more time. So this should just be draw items. This one should be draw creatures. Okay, so this is if it's not a player and not dot in is instance, not in dot is instance of a creature. So this should draw all the items. And this is if is not the player and in dot is instance creature. So draw all the creatures next, but not the players. And then finally draw the players. So this should prevent the kobolds from hiding underneath items, which is which should make things better. Let's give that a whirl and just make sure that I haven't broken things and that those darn kobolds should always appear on top now. And of course, more battle axing each other. Yeah, so Pixel Demon, type in !join to join. And then you can type in move and then a series of directions. So up, left, down, right. So I'll move up. So move UU will move me up 2 squares. There's a shorthand for that is MV. So MVLL will move me to the left twice. And the move is context sensitive, so you can bump into stuff. So if you bump into an item, you will equip it. If you bump into an enemy, you will attack it. If you bump into a player, you will swap positions. You can also manually attack by typing in attack, and then the same thing, like direction. So I can attack up, and I will attack up. And I can attack down, and I will attack down. And that should all work just fine. But there's nothing there, so I can't really attack. Also with the move command, you can do at mention. So I could say I can move to Gusano Loco, and my character will go ahead and path to Gusano Loco. You can also drop your held item. So if you type in !drop, you will drop your item. And you can also throw things. So if Gusano Loco were to, or like if I were to stand next to this potion, I could throw it. So let's go move left and then down 4 times. And that will put me into a position standing left of the... Oh no. Do we still have invisible kobolds? Okay, crap. Okay, we have invisible kobolds. Let's... So if it's not a player and it is a creature, that should definitely draw. Let's debug that. Yeah, they are definitely not drawing. Self.children is not instance player. So let's look at this list comprehension. So in self.children if not in.is instance of player. And it is an instance of creature. Because all the kobolds better be creatures. Let's look at our hierarchy of our entities here. So let's look at creatures. Kobold is of type creature. That should definitely be the case. Yeah, let's look at this. F2 and in dot is instance of creature. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of kobolds. Why is it not? Did I goof up my? Here, let me just copy this because this was working. Shift in. I can't just select those. F2. Control C. And let's stop. And then let's just paste this list comprehension in here. It looks. Was it one shorter? Oh, did I goof something up? It looks like I had a typo somewhere. You don't go up the stairs, Bluestone. All the upstairs do is they serve as a player spawn location. So there we go. So I had fat fingered that somehow. Cool. So there, our kobolds should be back, and now they shouldn't. I had pluralized creatures. Thank you, Gusano. I appreciate that. So join. Oh yeah. I guess I still have breakpoints from when I was working on my colorization of text. Cool. Yeah, we're all in this little room, so we can just kind of scoot on out of here. And we can battle axe some baddies and each other, because, well, that makes us hyper lethal to each other, which we have to be careful about. Nice. Yeah, I'll let Gusano Loco go track down a kobold and give it a little love thump. Yeah, it's so good to see Nixrod in Subscriber Blue. Oh no, you're fighting a dagger wielder, Gusano Loco. Man, you're having really rough luck finding those kobolds wielding daggers. They're definitely out to get you. Cool. All right, I think everything's drawing okay. Can we aggro some kobolds and make them walk over weapons? That might be a little tough, but let's see if we can do it. I'm sorry, Gusano, look, you're having a really bad chat delay. I'm not sure if restarting the stream will improve or worsen that. I really wish I had better strategies for telling folks how to minimize chat delay. Maybe it's something I could look into. I've already ticked there's a setting on the streamer side that says make this low latency, but there's only so much I can do beyond that. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. I think that should solve it. If we still see it crop up, we'll test it then. Let me just take a look at. Oh yeah, it says I'm working on the battle axe. Let me real quick. Let's just do. Let's look at get status, and then I think the level scene get def scenes dot level scene. Yeah, that's fixing the draw order. So let me just go. And it's this one right here. Let's go git commit or git add that git commit -m fixing entity draw order git push. Hey, Brett Does Games, thanks for popping by. The Bluestone says, what do the different name colors mean? Yeah, so right now there are 3 different name colors. You are orange if you're just an ordinary person, and you are red if you are a regular viewer. I think that Bluestone, you should be Oh, you're not a regular viewer. Let me correct that, Bluestone, because you do pop into my streams. Let's do that. Let's just this is just kind of a manually maintained thing, but yeah. So that Bluestone is now a regular viewer. Hey, new obj, another lovely blue subscriber. Thanks for popping by the stream, man. So let's look at this battle axe. Oh, fried chicken at work. Oh man, that's a good work day. Brett does games. I'm a developer myself. Cool. Yeah, I actually there are quite a few developers in my chat that like to hang out and play. Yeah, so usually we have some pretty good like design and implementation talk sometimes. Hey, Composter64, I recognize you. You've been here before, right? Cool. Let's red is yeah, regular viewer, and then orange is everybody else. Let's see. What we want to do is we want to have a special behavior that is only for the battle axe. Because if you look, like for example, the sword. So basically, these states are like a little state machine for the item. So if you look at not scenes, entities, items, weapons, sword. So there is the weapon has a very this is its state machine, and these are the methods that it implements. So can attack and allow attack. So can attack, basically you call this to see if the wielder is in a position to perform an attack. Typically this does just a weapon range check. But this could be overridden to do anything. But right now, weapons just say, hey, am I in range of my target? And it'll return true. Allow attack is on the other side of things. Allow attack is for the defender to say, hey, I'm a sword, so I have a chance to parry. And if I do successfully parry, return false, and that cancels out the attack. Then there's a series of before attacked. That's for the defender. On attack is when the defender gets attacked. Defenders, they handle taking damage and all that good stuff because they know about themselves better than the attacker does. And then after attack. These are all defender hooks. And then we have these before and after attack. These are attacker hooks. So, for example, the new item, the whip, it has a before attack that there's a chance that it will disarm the defender, which is pretty cool because then if the defender is disarmed, it makes them a more vulnerable target. And sometimes when the kobolds get a hold of nasty weapons, we don't want to fight them hand to hand. We want to figure out a way to dismantle their attacks. Cool. Yeah. Bluestone says, shouldn't the streamer also have a special color? Like green? Green is monster. I'm not a monster. Are you saying I'm a monster, Bluestone? Yeah, Composer's been here a few times too. Brett Does Games says, I have a network I'm developing. Do you think you can have your community help out? Sure. My community does what they do. I really don't have a very super organized community. They kind of self-organize. Like there are some folks who are around the Delver stuff. And then there are folks who just watch me develop. Yeah, you can talk about what you do here a little bit. Just try to keep like a tasteful amount of self promotion. But yeah, we're generally interested in what folks are working on. Okay, so what we want here is so I want to have the battle axe. What it needs to do is it needs to have a different type of attack that that generates multiple attacks based upon how many things are around it. Let's look at, I think, attack action. So what attack action does is, this is the actual action the brain performs. And here it grabs the target in the, wait, no. It grabs the target in the prereq. So there's a little bit of math here that says, it draws a line. And then we have I added a method to our scene route. It says get entities along a path, and it will return all the entities that are in that path. Capital letters are monsters, and green are reserved for monsters as well right now. Cool. So I think I need to. How to do. I think what I need to do is I've been playing around with the idea of having like composite actions, where composite actions are basically um, uh, just regular actions that get grouped together and executed as a single unit. And maybe this is a case for a composite action. So it would be an attack in all directions. That might be the way to do that. Because really, it's the prereq that does the targeting. The prereq makes sure that we're actually targeting a thing. Also, too, let me double check. I can't remember. Because it wasn't allowing me to attack the wall. Let me check the pickaxe real quick. Make sure we can still hit the walls. I may have goofed that up in my refactoring craziness that I do sometimes. Join. ATR. No, that still works. Okay. Go. So join. MB. Just run away to the left real quick. Try to see if I can de-aggro those guys. Yeah, there we go. I got far enough away that de-aggroed them. Okay, so let me drop my held item. Let me go down here. Let me see if I should be able to punch the wall. Let me make sure that still happens. It looks like it's not. Weird. Let me try debugging that real quick. That should happen inside of attack action prereq. Debug. Join. MVL. Drop. Attack L. Okay. So I am the performer, and the direction is to the left. And we should trace out a little path. And instances get entities along path. Let's step into there. And then this just generates the chords using a Bresenham implementation lifted, or it's provided by TDL, which should give us a couple of chords. Yeah, 19,3. And then we hand this off to get entities, which is just uses this get entity at, and we map it across a we just do a list comprehension to pull stuff out. So yeah. So if not result, do we have a result? Wait, what? Yeah. So self is solid at X and Y. 19. Yeah, so then I should get a level entity back. So entities, yeah, so I get a level entity, which is correct. Okay, and can I perform the attack on the level entity? In range. Distance is 1, so that should be fine. Yeah, so I should be able to attack that. Target allow attack. The rock wall allows the attack. Okay, good. And then we meet the prereqs. We perform the action. So performer before attack, that's me. Target before attack, nothing. Target on attack. Yeah, I guess I should put the logic in there. Maybe purple for streamers. I'm pulling from a particular palette, so maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I really need to. I'm not that special. I don't know if I really need anything like that. Yeah. So I see what's going on there. It's just that the flavor text comes from the actual thing that gets hit. So that would be in our case, the level has a the level itself uses the flyweight pattern and throws out these little level entities. We want to actually work with individual tiles within the level. The level is not built of level entities, but it gives us this level entity to work with as a convenience factor. So if this, otherwise I can think else we want to say something like instance. Oh, do we not have oh wait, yeah, we want instances, I suppose. G import instances, and then we could say else instances dot console dot print, and let me see. We need to print. Usually it's something along the lines of so and so verbs the so and so. And I think especially like in weapon. Where's the default on attack? Well, for creature.py on attack is this. Yeah. Cool. So then, yeah, we can just say something like here, do that. This is action performer.display string. This is action. Can't spell action dot performer dot weapon dot verb is what we want there. And this should just this doesn't really have a display string. It doesn't really need one. Display string is how I do the fancy formatting to get colors to show up. But I can just hard code it here. It says the wall. So and so chops, smacks, cleaves the wall. That should be fine. We should probably should we let somebody know that they've knocked down a wall? Just the pickaxe doesn't do that, right? Pickaxe, yeah, strikes. Let's just do something like and this can just go away, and then it will be so and so destroys the wall. Cool. And that should be all right, except for I need this. There's some weird, like PyCharm is just trying to help out and like wrap these lines for me, but it's not necessarily what I want. There we go. So this will give us some verbiage when we destroy a wall. And otherwise, if we just smack it, we just say, hey, you hit the wall, good for you. Cool. So now for the battle axe, going back there, man, time flies. Battle axe. I want to have a special attack, I guess. Let me just start typing stuff out and see what happens. So we want to kind of lift attack action. Cool. Let's just grab all this. And this will be, for the time being, this can just be battle axe attack action. So I need to import utils. I need to import action from AI import action. There we go. And actually, this is an attack action. Does that matter? I guess it doesn't matter right now. Maybe. So then, what we want to do is we want to build up a series of sub actions, I guess is what I call them. So self.sub actions is equal to just an empty list. The direction really doesn't matter, because what we want to do is just we want to grab all the neighbors. I think we can do this with our directions helper. So let's look at helpers, yeah, let's just add some properties here. So those are valid moves, and then we also have, say, directions is equal to just all of the directions, like that. And then we can do 1, 0. Wait, that's right. That's left. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh my goodness. That looks not right. So left, up. Okay, that's okay. Wait. So yeah. No, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, it's right because obviously things would be super broken if they weren't. But yeah. So right down. There's no weird order. My brain is like revolting. -1, 0, and 0, -1. Hey, Ningamer LTU. Yeah, Python. I dig it. It's a fun little language, and I get to work really quick. I just work fast in Python, so that's why I do my fun lunchtime project in it. So now in our battle axe logic, we can say something like we need to determine or build a list of subactions. So let's import helpers up here. Import helpers. And then what we want to do is coords is equal to, so you could say helpers dot direction helper dot directions. And basically, if you look at this, this is just that listing of all the cardinal directions. So that's cool. And then what we want to do is we want to translate that into actual coordinates. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a map. And the Python map takes a function and a sequence, if I remember correctly. Can I just... Yeah, it takes a function and a sequence. So our function is going to be lambda. This is an anonymous function, so lambda x, and then I need to return utils.math.add x and parent.position. So what we're doing is we're getting the cardinal directions, and then we're adding those to the parent position to get the coordinates of all the things around us. Coords. So that should be okay. That should be all right. And then list of that. Because a map object actually doesn't yield values until you ask for it. So the list forces it to an actual list. Bluestone is saying, how many lines of code do you think this project now has? I should be able to check. Does the stats say 100% Python? It's an open source project. Somewhere in here, we should be able to grab the lines of code. Insights. I don't know. Yeah, you can fiddle around this, and you might be able to find the number of lines of code. I don't know. GitHub show lines of code. Can you get that? Looks like there's a command prompt for it, but nah. Yeah. So folks can fiddle with that. I don't really know. Yeah, it's an interesting question, but I don't really know if it's all. We don't need to worry about answering it quite yet. So coords, and then entities should be just a instances dot scene root dot. Then we just have in our here we just have a get entities, and just this takes a sequence of coords, which we have, which is handy. So get entities at those coords. Cool. We also probably should do assignment, right? That's what we wanted to do. So then that seems to be right. Okay. So we have all this stuff. This should be actually, let's do something like self.subactions is equal to, for entity in entities, we can do attack is equal to, yeah, let's go and pull that in. So from AI.actions, import attack action, and then we could say attack action dot actually, yeah, that should be fine. Battle axe attack action, or normal attack action, which takes a performer, which is self.parent, no, parent, and then it takes a target, which is entity, and then it takes a direction, which is none, I guess. The attack action will, these kind of get used, like you can either specify the entity or the direction, and they will calculate whichever we're missing. I don't know if that's a big deal. So attack is equals to that. And then let's do self.subactions.append attack. Cool. I'll take a look, Bluestone, and I'll let you know. And then what I can do is say something like any say, I don't know, say hit. Hits is equal to let's do a list comprehension. It's going to be a dot prerequisite for a in self.subactions, and then what we'll do is we're just going to say equals true in. So this returns, this will build a list of Booleans, and this asserts that we have at least one hit in there. So then we can just return hits. And in fact, we can just simplify this expression because we don't really want to go, yeah. So that is all that. And then, yeah, then for the perform is a little bit different. So we say for action in self.subactions. And then what we do is instead of passing our self in, we pass in our subactions in. I think that might do it. There's definitely going to be some stuff we have to kind of wrinkle, or some wrinkles we have to get out, but that should be okay. Let's double check all this because I've been doing a lot. Gusano Loco says, I have 1,758 lines in my project, which not really that many. Cool. Debug. All right, everybody, let's start battle axing stuff. Oh no, 3,900 lines total. Well, attack up. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, I'm a dummy. Perform action, tick creature, player. Let me just real quick. So also the battle axe should expose this action. So I can say def, make it a property, at property, def attack, and this just returns battle axe attack action. Cool. That should be good. And then as long as player dot player, we have attack. Yeah. So instead of doing an attack action straight up, what we need to do is say act is equal to self.weapon.action. This way we use the default action that our weapon provides, which is we're overriding for battle axe, and self and direction. Equals attack dir. Cool. So that should basically, this allows our weapon to specify what attack we use instead of just using this vanilla attack, which again adds a little bit more Cool. So I think that should work. Let's give it a whirl. And also, part of my thinking behind the battle axe design too is allowing. So I do want the players to hit the walls with this spin of the axe, and I want that to lower the amount of damage you do. I have a pickaxe. What do I have a pickaxe? Oh, hold on. I'm testing the wrong thing. Sorry. Sorry, folks. Control N? No, Control N. Twitch chat manager. And this needs to be, our bonus needs to be the battle axe again, because I forgot to change this back. Okay. Now let's give that a whirl. Maybe. There we go. Join. Attack. Right. Chops the wall, but it doesn't seem like it's actually. Let's look at this. ATL. Okay, so my weapon is battle axe, and the action is equal to. So it's pulling it from weapon and not from the battle axe. Oh, because I'm a dummy. This should be action. There we go. And not attack. Because the weapons just emit an action. There we go. Sorry, folks. Yeah. Join and attack left. There we go. So if we step over that, there we go. Nice. F9. And then now we get into the actual battle axe specialized attack, which is a composite series of 4 attacks. So then we step. Oh, what did I goof? Batched action has no attribute position. Oh, these are actions. Yes. So not parent, but self.performer.position is what I want. Parent. Attack action is self.performer. So parents make sense in the entity thing, but in actions with performers are the owning entities of the actions. There we go. This join and attack up. Okay, I think it's doing its thing. Let's see. This is in player. I think I've established that this is the correct breakpoint, and then here, performer should be me. Players dot name. I don't see it. Name. Why can't I see it? I'm probably missing it, and folks are like, "It's right there, you dummy." Performer. Name Joshua Skelly. Jeez. Okay, so this should transform. So my position is at 8-7. So this should be a list of all the things around me. 9-7, 7-7, 8-8, 8-6. Yeah, that is correct. And then from there, I goofed again. What did I goof? Oh man, a battle axe action has no object performer. What? Oh, performer. I spelled it wrong. Ugh. So many stupid mistakes. Sorry, folks. We're just about to wrap this one up. I want to try to keep this one somewhat timely today, though I'll allow folks to have some time to play afterwards. Join. MBD. Attack. E. Okay. Yep. Cool. So this is generating a bunch of attacks. So we should get 4 attacks. Oh! Okay, cool. So the one of the attacks was valid. We should probably just go ahead and prune out the ones that aren't. Um, 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 yeah, then this we'll just go ahead and do. Am I getting another? Non-type has no attribute before attack. Yep. So I do need to prune them. So here, I could just say just kind of transform this list comprehension and say self dot subactions is equal to this list comprehension, but instead of doing this a dot prereq here, say a or a in subactions if a dot prereq. So only keep track of the subactions that we can actually execute. So in this case, only track the subactions that we can perform, so attacks. So then, what's the easiest way in Python to assert that a list is a is equal to return a is true, a is false, a is none, a is none. Ln of a is equal to 0. That's probably the best way to do it. Yeah, hey, a literal train. Hey, yep. I think that was your suggestion. So yeah, subscribers now get the lovely pixel steak. Please blast it everywhere, because that's like my internet face. Ln of self.subactions greater than 0. Cool. Yeah, so also I always forget about this. I'm sorry. I'm doing this right at the end, which is bad, but there's also a subscriber bot. So yeah, if you subscribe, you also get you get access to the subscriber bot, and you can create commands. You can also type in commands here, and it should come back with some things you can do. So like when I crash, you can say crash, and it just prints some stuff in the text there. But subscribers can create their own custom commands, and anybody can use them. So that's the thing that subscribers get. And also at the end of the month, so not this Friday, but next Friday, the 25th, I will be doing a subscriber stream, which is open for everybody to watch. But I will solicit topics from my subscribers for me to work on. It will probably be a 4-hour stream of mayhem where I work on whatever they want me to work on. Last time I did 7 hours and it melted my brain. So I'm going to do it just a little bit shorter, hopefully a little bit more potent this time around. But yeah, if you could think of something creative you want me to work on, maybe like for like half an hour or an hour. Yeah. Cool. So this should be working. And then basically, what we need to do. So attack action has no concept of damage, right? It just refers to the weapon for that. So I guess we temporarily need to set. So up here we need to have self dot like total damage is equal to 6 or something. That's not a great name, but whatever. So then here, every time we do an attack, we say self dot damage is equal to 6 integer divided by the length of self dot subactions. Actually, also let's just do this real quick. Subactions equals that. If this set the damage and return true. Otherwise, we need to return false, but also let's go ahead and reset our self.damage is equal to self.total damage. Total damage, or not self-damage, geez, performer.weapon.damage is what we want there. Control C. So self dot damage is equal to 6 over the length of sub error, and this should now be total damage. And then we want to reset if we miss. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just do something like that. And then that should be fine. It's just a reset, yeah. Control Z. Like that is what we need, I think. Cool. So if we hit something, change our damage to be we spread 6 points of damage out over how many targets we hit. Yeah, no, sometimes that happens. I'm gonna try upgrading my OBS. Like it didn't happen until I upgraded. I've had some other problems with this version of OBS, so I'm gonna try upgrading to the latest. Some folks have clipped it for me, and I haven't heard it. People haven't complained yet today, so I'm hoping it's not been a big issue. But yeah, let's try testing this out one more time. Hopefully, it's closer to working. Join, attack up. Okay. And so all this stuff should be cool. Sub actions. We have 2 because we hit 2 of the walls. So that's correct. Performer weapon damage is equal to total damage, which is 6 divided by the length of this is 2. So we should be doing 3 points of damage, which is correct. But the walls don't care about damage, but that's all right. 9. And then this should, yeah, that should be all hunky dory. So I guess let's try chopping some kobolds, I guess. Or did I break it? Oh, I still paused. Continue. Oh, nope, none type. What? Oh, because I'm not setting the target. Because again, I thought I was. Let's look at our battle axe attack action. We create a new. This new entity. Oh, do I have my ordering wrong? Performer target direction. So, for entity in entities. This should never be none. Target equals entity. Direction equals none. Let's see how these things are being constructed. Yes. So the idea is if you're next to a wall, you do reduce damage because you're standing next to a wall. So ideally, you do the most damage while standing out in the open with the axe, and that is an intentional design consideration. Okay. So entity is stairs. So both of those, so my sub actions are 2 attack actions. And they each have a target. So is this goofed here? Oh, yeah. Yep. Yes. So we need to be not calling this on the battle axe action, but we need to be calling it on each of the child actions that we've created. Thank you, a little train. I'm really trying to put a lot of thought into how the all the weapons behave. I don't want them to just be like, I hate it when all they do are weapons just do more damage. That's super boring. So I'm trying to have interesting behaviors that we can work together as a team, and people can play different roles, and it makes sense. And we kind of naturally fall into that because the mechanics reinforce us behaving in certain ways. So let's go down here, make sure this is all hunky-dory. Yeah, sweet. So did I break it again or no? No. Nice. AT up. Let's remove my breakpoints so I can actually just play the darn thing. Yeah, I think this is working. Nice. Cool. Yeah, nice. So Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, so Gusano Loco, you'd have to be next to something for that to work. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a spear, and how my vision for the spear is going to work. Whoa, Gusano Loco. Yeah, you can really destroy these guys with the battle axe. So the spear will work like this. The spear will do, I think, 2 points of damage, have a range of 1. And what happens is if you stand still for a turn, your character will transition the weapon state of your weapon to a ready state. And when you're readied, any entity that engages you or moves next to you, you get a free attack on. And if you get that free attack, you also will like keep them from advancing. So the idea is to have somebody who can like hold the hallway kind of by themselves is the thought there. So again, the damage isn't so much the focus there, but it's the idea of being able to kind of stave off people with your spear. And of course, like if you have a whip, you can disarm somebody with a spear. Yeah, so I'm really trying to get some cool verbs going on in the game. I think it's time for us to play a little bit. Also, let me lower the rare drop is pretty rare right now. So let's go to dungeon generator and let's look at our drops. We have a 1 in 100 chance of getting a rare item, which is pretty darn rare. Well, is that right? I don't know. Like, I don't know what's a good number here. Let me try saying this is 1 in 15 and this is 1 in 50. I'm just totally ballparking this stuff here. 50 and 15. And this is for weapons and this is for items, weapons, items. And then we always get the kobold because that's the only monster we got. Cool. Yeah, no, the axe idea, like you just wanted something that hit multiple enemies, and I'm trying to like try to make that interesting. Yeah, I like I added the little bit where it divides out the damage, so that way you can do a crap ton of damage to one entity, or you can do a little to a lot. I thought that was a decent way to balance it out. Let's look at Twitch chat, and unfortunately, everybody, you're going to lose your battle axes. That was just for testing. So then this goes back to none, and then subscribers get their pickaxes so they can destroy the level if they want. I think that's good. I'm going to let this run for a little bit. I'll play a little bit, and then I will transition out and do my outro and all the good stuff. I'm over time, but only by 10 minutes. And I started late too, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make healing work. I'm thinking of something maybe similar to like Far Cry or PUBG, where players, when they die, they don't actually die. They go into a down state, and then other players can recover them, and they get a little bit of health back. I think that might be a cool way to incorporate teamwork, but we'll see. Python app.py. I also want to implement a cheer system so people in chat can cheer on the players. And my thinking with that is if you cheer on somebody, it allows them to do 2 moves in a single turn. So if all of chat is cheering on somebody, they can move twice as fast, they attack twice as fast. And I think that might be a cool thing to try to play around with. Because I know some folks, we have 17 people watching, and there are only 2 of you in the game. So I know a lot more folks watch than actually play. So I'm trying to think of verbs for the people who aren't actually playing, they can still participate. But yeah, so I'm just gonna let this run a little bit. I'll play a little bit, and then I'll just go do my sign off, and I'll flip it over to game mode here. So hey, everybody, I'm Joshua. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It has been a great stream. I really look forward to this. This is the fun part of my day every day. So thank you for being a part of that. This is my lunch break roguelike project where I'm working on a roguelike game that people can play from Twitch. And if you see right now, we have 4 people in chat playing the game, running around the dungeon and slaughtering kobolds. You can follow me here at Joshua Skelly. You can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Skelly if you want to see what I'm up to. I do this stream Monday through Friday at noon. And on Sundays, I do my Delver stream. So Delver is a procedural first-person dungeon crawler with chunky pixel graphics, and I'm the artist on that project. So if you want to see 3D art, pixel art, join that one. Also, if you think I'm doing a good job, if you should feel like subscribing. That is a nice little tip jar, and it just helps me. I guess I use it to buy better equipment, and it's just a nice little way to support me and let me know that you dig the things that I do. Also, if you are a Twitch Prime person, you can send that little Prime sub my way, which is I think it's free for you. I think you get one every month or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and thank my current subscribers right now, which I think I have 8. Yeah, I have 8 beautiful subscribers right now. So Codrake, Nympheus, Glass Casket TV, Dr. Kegel, New Obj, Smith, A Literal Train, and Nixrod. You are wonderful, beautiful people, and thank you for supporting me and the weird things that I do. All right, I'm gonna just flip this over to game mode and let you folks play. And I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye.